Hello. It's Mad and Barber in the morning at noon. We started on time. Look at us. We are getting it
Yeah, we did really
together.
well. We did really well. You know what's going to be amazing?
hmm
This. Yeah.
What? What is this?
This. Yeah,
This?
this whole thing. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, it is. Barber,
Yeah.
how you
See.
been?
Yeah, pretty good.
B-
Pretty good. I've been having lots of fun and at people's expense. So I've obviously been really cheerful. What about yourself?
Pretty good, pretty good. Uh,
Nice.
just doing my thing. Probably won't be around for a couple weeks, but that's normal.
Yeah, that happens. That's fine. Not to worry. It just means that I go out earlier. That's all.
True. So somebody told me that you have seen a movie, which is not a thing that you do very often.
No, that's really out of character. I did actually go and watch a movie.
Oh, you went to
Um,
the theater.
no, even
Oh,
better. I
okay.
picked up a really, really up to date film and was like, "This is shit hot," right? And it is right. So let me sort of explain myself.
Okay.
Let's be honest. Right now, there is a lot of buzz around motorsports. You know, auto racing.
Uh,
You've got Yeah, it's a huge buzz, right? So you've had,
the buzziest of buzz.
yeah. So I can't remember his name, but Young Money from NASCAR
Young
driving
Money.
in the
Lil Wayne?
yeah, yeah, no. I wish it was. Imagine that. I can't. I can see him, but I can't think of his name. Kyle Larson, driving in the Indy 500. There's been Brad Pitt driving in Formula One to make a film that literally nobody
Can't
wants to
wait.
watch.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Hey, sure. I can't wait
So
to watch it. I think it's going to be
yeah,
amazing.
absolutely. I don't know. I'm probably with Max Verstappen on that. So I went to watch the absolute greatest racing movie of all time. Do you want to
Can I
guess what it
guess?
is? Yeah.
Days of Thunder?
No, but very close. It is
Hold
Talladega
on.
Nights.
Damn it, that was my next one.
Yeah, that's why I had to get in there quickly.
This is not
Talladega Nights.
news.
What do
You
you
made
mean?
it. You hit me up days ago, and you're like, Mike, I did the unthinkable, and I saw a movie. You
Yeah,
saw
I know.
how many times have you already seen Talladega Nights?
Oh, I don't know, about 100.
Ricky Bobby? That doesn't
Yeah,
count.
yeah, it does. Yeah.
Oh, oh, I actually have seen movies. I saw Sinners with
Never heard of
uh
it.
Michael B. Jordan. I liked it a lot. It's a vampire movie.
Right.
I
Okay.
liked it. And
Yeah.
I just watched The Accountant 2. Liked it. Just
Ah,
they're very bro, like it was very like a bro movie because they're
yeah. I
brothers.
heard. Oh, yeah. Of course. I was gonna say, is there another one with Jason Statham out now as well? I like
Haven't seen
him.
it yet. The Working Man.
That's it. Yeah. I haven't seen it either. So
Well, I thought that you seeing a movie would have gave us a little bit more content, but that's okay. It's
Well, it
it's
did. You know.
yeah, 3 minutes. Okay, time to
Yeah.
time to put on our tinfoil hats, if you will, for this next topic
Oh
that
yeah.
Barber does not know about.
Uh,
I'm about to. Yeah,
I
it's
have
on
absolutely
Amazon
no idea.
Prime. It's worth it, especially since if you already have Amazon Prime, you got it for free.
I
Or
watched
you know,
Clarkson Farm.
yeah, a lot of people do. I don't. I'm like gross.
Mm.
Been there before. Grew up on one of those.
Oh yeah.
I don't. Have we ever talked about the flat Earth?
No.
Okay,
See,
I'll keep
there's
going.
a reason I'm so yeah. Like,
Have you? Are you
mm,
a flat earther?
no, I'm not. I do believe that the pictures that I've seen of the planet, and I've flown. I mean, Christ, I had to fly to move countries. Remember?
What's? Oh, right. I am not a
Yeah.
flat earther. I have a lot of questions. The Gardener, is that the one with weird looking dude? It's not that weird looking dude. It's like in Africa, like in South Africa, and like his wife gets
Well,
killed or
Blood
something.
Diamond.
No, not Blood Diamond. The Gardener.
Yeah.
Blood Diamond's good too.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. Watched that the other day. First time ever.
All
Anyway,
right.
let's have a look at this flat earther.
Yep, yep. So, have you ever heard of a dude? I'm with you, guys. I'm not saying it's
Yeah,
flat. All right. Have you ever heard
100%.
of Flat Earth Dave?
No. Is he the guy that built a rocket to go around to prove that the
No.
because that was the funniest thing. And he put on X, we've got flat Earth fans all over the globe. I'm like, okay.
That wasn't him, but you're getting close.
Oh,
Flat Earth Dave is the one on the right with the backwards hat. Maybe
okay. That's a strong
this guy
look.
here. Yep, yep.
Right.
So he is amazing for all the wrong reasons. And so I want you to
Excellent.
get a feel for him.
Oh, by
The
the way,
other
look,
day,
this guy spelled crow wrong. There's 2 R's in there. You only need one.
Wait, there's oh yeah, he did misspell it, huh? What a
Yeah.
dummy. I
saying,
wish
you
I
know,
could triple.
that you don't necessarily believe the Earth
Hold up,
is
pause a
flat. You want to
sec.
stay away
Yep.
from term.
Is that Owen Benjamin that used to be on Stephen Crowder?
I
Like
don't know.
really tall guy.
His name's Owen Benjamin, so maybe
Yeah, probably because they had like a very all out
it's a
and
Jean-Claude Van
apparently it was
Damme
really
movie.
funny.
Oh.
Anyway, let's watch.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of The Constant Gardener. Is the movie I'm thinking of, I think.
What,
term
someone that
flat
just keeps
earther.
gardening
I
24/7?
embrace it because it's the most offensive
Something
term
like
out
that.
there.
I embrace it for that. Ironically, I embrace it for that reason. Like, I'll call myself a flat earther just because it offends people, and I think that's ridiculous.
It doesn't offend anyone. People just look at you
No,
like
most people
you're
think
special.
you're dumb.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
offensive.
100%.
What are you saying, you idiot?
Oh,
But
that
if
is
I was just being
incredible.
more precise with my speech, I would just say realm earther or globe denier or
Realm Earther? What is a realm? Like, what is
Realm. Is that a
realm?
new thing?
First, I've heard of the Realm Earth movement.
Amazing.
you know, because there's valleys and mountains, and I don't know what the whole thing is. Like,
Oh
that's-
shit! It
that's
is
what-
him.
Is it really?
Yeah. He's huge. He's like 6'7" or something. And like he used to play piano and be really funny, and then he turned into this. So let's continue. I'm actually quite excited.
You would think at 6'7" he would be able to see the curvature.
Yeah, this is right. Yeah, I can see it.
Yes,
And I'm
this
only
yeah.
6'5".
See, I knew I was right about the Constant Gardener. I cannot take
John Le Carre.
Owen.
Ray Fiennes.
He was in the House Bunny. Was he really in the House Bunny?
Oh, I've
That's
never heard of
interesting.
it. What's that about?
House Bunny was with Anna Faris, where she went to college old and became like the mother of of one of the sorority houses.
Next question. Who was the name? Was the woman that you were on about? I have never heard of it.
She should be married to Chris Pratt.
Oh, was she the one that was in the Scary Movie and stuff like that?
Yes.
Oh wow, okay. She got dumped by him and he found someone better.
Oh,
What I say is
yeah.
globe denier is the best because we don't know what this is. And flat
no, we do. We know exactly what it is. But go on there, Flat Dave.
Earth is not a description.
To be
It's a
honest,
description of
like I feel bad about laughing at Anna Faris. If she's single and wants to come on here, that's absolutely
If
fine.
she's single, I think
Yeah.
we would benefit for having her on here, whether she's in a relationship or not.
I'm talking about myself.
Dude, that's basically what I said, Chad. Oh, that's right. It is Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter.
Yeah, he I'm not going to say he upgraded because I'd like her to come on, but you know.
Right.
level and horizontal. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's it. So we're all on the same
Well,
page there. But one
yeah.
thing that you said, and it kind of helps me be a little nicer to people that
What was the name of that
don't
woman that
get
was in the Disney movies? That
Oh, the Disney
this is
movies.
well, yeah, she was in a Marvel one, Captain Marvel, and me and Wes used to try and get her on
Oh,
live
oh,
streams.
oh man, what?
I
I
can't
just
remember her
blinked on her
name.
name. Chad will get it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yes, yo would always tag her and everything.
it was the funniest thing.
Wes was like,
And
"Hey, do
then
you want to
funnier,
come
she
on and
just went,
watch
"Yeah, go
Star
ahead."
Trek porn?"
Yeah. And I'm always surprised she never joined. Oh dear me.
Oh, see, Anna Faris got married in 2021.
Then I don't really want her on here, but and I stick by what I said. Chris Pratt upgraded.
uh,
get it is like, hey, if you don't believe in the flat Earth, that's fine. We could still be friends. And yes, we can. It's just I have a little issue.
you have the issue.
He says he does. He's a flat
That's
earther.
amazing. That's just he goes, if you believe in a round earth or whatever, we can still be friends, but I'm gonna have major issues with, like, bitch. That's
It's-
what we say to you.
Yeah, the thing is, the flat Earth people are they're kind of they get their own special place, shall we say?
Well, Poe is a flat earther.
Who
You remember Poe?
from X?
I mean, yeah, that, and he was always in our chat, came on some of the late night shows. He was a flat
That's
earther.
what I mean. Was he actually?
Yeah, we talked to him a couple
Oh,
times
wow.
about it. Yeah, by the way, he does have it on the shirt because it's called the moronic variant. He's making fun of
Himself?
round earthers.
With people that
Yeah,
can't
but he's
do
got a
it.
picture of a
People that
flat
can't
Earth.
see.
Is the O?
No, I think it's a globe, but it doesn't work the way he
Yeah, no.
thinks it does.
Oh, that's so true.
it.
Yeah, he's kind of making
And
fun of himself.
hey, listen, you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. But if you want to talk about it and you don't know what you're talking about, that's where I get a little crazy.
What's ironic is we have a vernacular term that we have all used all our lives.
Who is this other person talking?
Well, Owen Benjamin, he's a comedian.
No, his lips aren't moving. There's a third person
Oh.
talking.
So the person at the bottom that can't spell crow, you mean?
Is that who it is?
It must be
Crow.
because crow. It's yeah. There's two people at the top, and if Owen's not talking and the other fellow isn't talking, the person on the bottom must therefore be talking. I assume it's a person.
Basically means flat Earth, sea level.
Yeah,
We've been
yeah.
using it. It's what one day I was sitting there doing something.
Who
I realized,
is running
have-
their shit right now? What is happening?
meaning? What's sea
This
level?
is
It
incredible.
describes this realm, is what it does. And probably the people who invented the term or they knew what they were describing. And by the way, I still don't know to this day how people who are so well educated and logically minded can get by the water. If it's not level, it's curving.
Yeah, curving water. Yeah, and another thing is
That-
just
What? They have a problem with curving.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever told you, but I watched this really, really, really interesting study. Right now, I used so many reallys just to emphasize a point that isn't necessary.
Yes.
Right? So these people, what they did is they got a boat and they went on this boat and floated it out in a river. And they fired a laser beam back towards the shore to prove that the Earth was flat. But the laser beam was basically going in the wrong direction to what they assumed it would do, which meant there was a curvature even on a bloody lake. And we're not even talking a big one like you see in sort of America and Canada. It was like, well, it was in Canada, I think, or America, one of the two. But it was a small lake. And I was like, dumbasses, proved my point for me. So
That's how many
good.
flat Earth maps there are at the UN and places like that.
Oh my god, I hate when they bring up the UN. Like, oh, even the UN has a flat Earth map. No, dum dum. It's it's because it's a pitch. How could you? If it was a
I don't know
So
if they're
dumb.
pokes in the eye or if
It's
it's
so
like
good.
their inner knowing.
They've got a
just trying to
picture on the
sneak-
floor.
I
Okay.
mean, it. You
Uh,
don't even know how to explain it to them that it's.
I tell you what, I've got a really good simile. So in Europe,
I love
right,
similes.
on the mainland, there's a place called Belgium, right? Wow, it's not real, but there's a place called Belgium. And
Okay,
in this
great.
place called Belgium, right, there is the head of the EU building. It's like a EU Parliament built building. When you walk into it, there is a mural on the floor, right? There is a big thing on the floor of the Earth, and underneath it, it says the United Earth. It doesn't mean we live in Star Trek, right? Like, at all. What it actually means is that someone made this sort of mural on the floor,
Mhm.
and they have an agenda behind it. But they couldn't make it round because obviously you'd be walking on a globe, and that would be very odd. I don't think they quite understand how some of these things work. So that's the simile. We don't live in Star Trek. Wish we did.
Okay, I love these questions because I can answer it as a flat earther. So Lil Chad asked, so we have telescopes that see every other planet and we see that they are all spheres, but the Earth came out flat? Question mark. Here's the thing. Those planets aren't real. You see, we can't see past the firmament, the firmament.
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 Yeah. I
Yeah, so
remember
all
reading
those
about that
pictures
one.
you see, those aren't real. And if you use a telescope to see it, you're not really seeing it.
It's such a strange thing, isn't it? Like for
Yeah.
sometimes fairly intelligent people to go, it's not possible to use the magnification of glass lenses to actually see beyond and out into the infinite cosmos. It's very strange.
Also, the Earth is special. That's why it is designed differently than the other ones. Boom.
Dream out
Come at me, bro.
subconsciously. I don't know because I don't always know. I'm starting to
Do you know what else
not
is
think that
special?
these
One of the bulls
Yeah.
that you grew up with.
Oh yes, El Retardo. I told that story
Yeah.
not too long ago on a stream somewhere. I forgot where.
people are
Good.
aware or conscious enough to be funny. I don't know, but who knows? Maybe they do just know. But
And
they have like perfect flat earths everywhere in the UN. It's like they even
Yes, it's their logo.
Mm. It's odd, isn't it? It's odd, like just pointing at a picture and being like, "That's
it's-
why."
It's such a weird thing to
have one
always
that
bring up.
shows outer lands that looks kind of like the moon, and that's hanging.
Well, it's
on
kind
the
of
wall
what I
at the
did
United
actually. It
Nations.
was almost a bit of like foreshadowing when I was like, "Look, he's got a flat Earth on his t-shirt," and he said like the moronic variant, but they're actually literally pointing at flat pictures and go, "Look, see pictures."
Yes.
Okay.
The UN knows. Well, maybe they don't know, but they know. You
wait a
know?
minute, hold on. We were looking for evidence that one that you saw is actually on the wall, and that we just hear a claim. There's no proof that it's on the wall, but that's a new map. It was created.
Well, good for Flat Earth Dave for calling out the bullshit, saying that, hold on, we have never seen this photo that you guys are claiming. Good on him. I'm impressed.
Mm.
The Earth is clearly flat. Every map you see is in a book is flat, so it must be flat. Yes. Now you're getting it.
Created on
Pop-up
some YouTube
books.
channel, and we have no evidence that it's in the UN. The one that just came out recently, like in the last couple of weeks, right?
Oh yeah, well, somebody told me that I trusted, so that's just why I
Yeah.
refuse it.
So
the UN logo is a flat Earth map.
absolutely,
So that's why
100%.
that's why I didn't feel weird. I felt like that checked out because literally
No.
the UN map is actually
though?
a flat Earth
Is
map
it though?
with a ring around it.
Let's have a look.
All right, you want to bring it up?
UN map. Well, I'll try because I'm still on the old one.
Oh,
The
okay.
UN. Let's have a look. Map. Sometimes those keys work. Sometimes they don't.
Oh, yeah, one of those has the
Oh, right. This is fascinating, right? The flag of the United Nations. So if I I can make that go in there. All right. Okay. Present. There we go. Share. All right. Zoom in. All right.
Oh, remove this one. Add this one. There we go.
Right. See that? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That is a picture from effectively the North Pole looking down. That's why you can't see Australia that well, or New Zealand, and that's why like it all looks a bit weird, a bit janky.
It even looking at this, you instantly know, oh, this isn't a map of like flat Earth. This is just the angle at which that is being depicted. Like you can see that it's meant to be.
The globe.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
That's so dumb.
Little Chad, this is it. See, there's no Antarctica, right? So there, obviously it's like a globe
True.
looking thing. Amazing. Why? This is why Australia's called Down Under. Is it? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because they're down under.
Are they?
Yeah.
What if they're up north? We don't know. Like we might be really, really far south.
We do know.
How do we know?
Compass.
Yeah, but we made the compass.
I believe Jesus may have had something.
That is literally my favorite Texan argument for everything. A Jesusaurus Rex.
Yeah. I mean, that's they lean on this on the whole. Well, God, a lot in their
Yeah.
arguments.
That's so good.
That's why I'm like, oh yeah.
With 33 divisions, wouldn't it be ironic if that little map shows a third of our realm?
Yeah.
They
Well,
keep
the
saying
blog, yeah,
realm as if it means anything.
I wonder if
blog
they'd
map
watched. Is it Thor, the first one, where they talk about the 9 realms? So you got Midgard and all the rest of it. Something tells me they just watched Thor a few times. Like, yep, well, flat Earth. That's the one. See, Asgard's flat, so Midgard's flat, and blah blah blah. I think that's what's going on.
is
Yes.
The clock.
yeah, that's an interesting map, or that clock in Prague. And I used to live in the Czech Republic. I don't remember the
Why?
clock. I've looked at the clock, but I didn't look at it
You got good meat
with
there.
knowing what I
apparently.
know now.
Well,
So
it's been redone. Dave, do you know all about the Prague clock?
I do know
I
about
don't
it.
care about
it's
these
probably
maps.
moving right now. It just keeps moving.
Well, it would have to just gradually, but that what could be, we're not allowed to reach the outer edges. We're blocked by treaties and warships and this Antarctic idea. If you could get to those ideas,
Do you know that's a load of
conceivably-
bollocks? Right?
Yes, it is.
So I watched a really an interesting documentary. Some guy that just went down to Antarctica because I think he listened to all of these people and was like, "This must be horse hockey." And there's more visitors to Antarctica, like
Yeah.
tourists in Antarctica than any other place on Earth. Effectively, there's loads of
But
scientists down there. You can go down there and ask.
Barber, they only let you go to certain places.
And
Why won't they
even
let
if
you?
that's true,
Well, they won't let you go to the good places that they're trying to keep from you. My response to the whole, but they have the ships like guarding it so you can never get close to that. My response has always been, well, why don't you go a different way? Because if an ice wall surrounds what we know, right? And beyond that is all the good stuff. Why don't you leave from, I don't know, the West Coast and keep going straight until either you get on the other side of the world or you run into an ice wall?
yeah, actually, that's another thing as well that winds me up. So, like, imagine, have you heard of the CPTPP?
The CTPTP?
Yeah, basically, it's a big trading structure that's got loads of different countries in it. 2 of the countries that are in it is Canada and Australia, right? So when they send something from Sydney by boat, it goes up to Vancouver. So it goes across the Pacific. But if you go by the idea of the Earth being flat, that's probably not that possible.
Maybe.
I can't remember. Like there was a that's why I went quiet, because I was like, hang on, was it that way or was it something else? I can't remember now.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was flying. If you was it flying or was it the the two guys, Ewan McGregor in that, when they went around on the motorbikes? That was it. So they went from like London through Europe, yeah, got into Russia. Then they went across from Russia to Alaska. Then they went into like Canada, and then down into the continental US. And it's like, okay, but that would involve a plane going the opposite direction or something like that. I can't remember. Yeah, you'd have to go back all the way back again. Doesn't make sense. I don't get it. I don't get them. They do my head in. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. So we're going to keep
You
going
would
because
either be able to
I know
see
he
thawing
brings up
that wasn't there or freezing that wasn't
an
there.
argument
if
against
you
the
could
whole,
get
why
to
don't
the
you just
edge.
keep going west?
Probably in the east,
Oh,
you
really?
would see the freezing sextants and things like that, and they say, hey man,
Get past all this, like, look all these
Michael Collins-
maps.
33 divisions.
Hey, Weiss, sure.
Delusional.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I
that-
used to be in the religion of science without realizing it because
The religion of
Did you
science.
know that I had a
There is a
physics-
religion
you
of
should go back
science.
and re-listen to this stuff. It was called
People are called atheists.
it was called
Okay.
Surely You're Joking. And it
They
was a
bore me.
physics podcast at
Whee!
Caltech with supposed to look like. Sometimes they look like sound waves underwater, some of these luminaries. They don't look like rocks spinning.
Here we go.
Possibility that, you know,
Okay.
Okay, so there is, I believe we're still on Mars. That is without any eyepiece. That's just the resolution of my
Yes,
scope
almost
with
2
a
hours.
camera on
Oh,
it.
wow.
And what I'm showing you here is I'm not tracking. See how the planet is moving in the sky? That's because my scope is not tracking it. My scope is pointed in one direction. You are looking at the movement of that luminary. Click forward a little bit, Owen. I don't know if there's
that way
Skip
we
all
don't
that
have
shit.
a-
I want to
How
know
far
what
away
is
is
up with
it?
this behind him.
All right. Everybody's having a
So
good time.
just jumping back to the maps. I'm
Oh
not
my
saying this
God.
is a real map. I'm saying this is a possibility that, you know, we live here and there's
What
other
is that?
little
Okay. I'm not saying this is a real map, but is it a possibility? Bro, you define
It's just a bunch of circles.
possibility. Yes.
pieces of the plane, a planete, if you will.
A
piece of the
planete?
plane, right? These
Planete?
could be the
Oh,
other
amazing.
planetes.
perfect. Person pointed out
What?
that planet used to mean small plane.
Yeah. I figured that out too, because when you think about French, like
Wait,
back-
Atlantic. That used to mean small
Mhm.
plane? Exactly.
No, planet did. Atlantic just means where the Atlantis was.
Gad and anything with et is a small of whatever you're saying.
Yeah, so we want the right
The small
to
of
go
whatever you're
explore.
saying.
Which we were born with, so our rights are being violated.
We-
Yeah, what's your?
I'm sorry.
Is
Hold
anyone
on.
else weirded out and
Possibility
can't believe
that, you know,
that Crowder doesn't have him on anymore? So
It's
weird.
so weird. I mean, he had to contribute so much to that show. Sorry. The crow guy, he said something about
Yeah.
we were born
we
with
live
something.
here and there's other little pieces of the plane, a planete, if you will,
A
piece of
planet?
the plane, right? These could be the other planetes.
That doesn't make
Plantains.
Fortune
And-
pointed out that
and-
planet used to mean small plane.
Yeah.
planet.
I figured that out too, because when
Yeah.
you think about French, like baguette and anything with et is a small of whatever you're saying.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
so we want the right to go explore.
Which we were born with, so our rights are being violated.
no, dum dum. You were not born with the right to go explore. What in the world are you talking about? That is not one of like that is not a
No.
natural right.
Don't you have the right to remain silent? You're born with the right to remain silent.
Yeah, because you cannot talk.
Yeah. This is something that they probably, all three of these guys probably should have like gone, you know what? I'm going to stick with that one for life.
No, but think about what he said though. We were born with the right to explore. No, motherfucker. If I put up a fence,
No.
you weren't born with the right to come explore on the other side of my fence on my land.
No, 100% not. And then
No,
like,
that's not a right.
imagine larger areas, right? Like larger areas with fences. Imagine that. Almost like a border of some description. You can't
Yeah,
just
right?
wander into there.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't be like, whoa, guys, I'm just here to explore. I was born with this right.
Yeah, exactly. No, that does not pan out.
Apparently, you also have to fight for your right to explore. Nailed it.
Yeah,
Oh,
what's
wow.
your let's talk predictions for what's coming. What do you guys think?
What do you mean, what's coming?
Weiss, how's New York?
You know, New York, people are thinking, oh, it's over. They've taken off the restrictions and stuff, but no, they're still having like everyone's still required to get the thing in the arm and.
Why are we talking about that? You're
Crazy,
flat
buddy.
earthers.
No, it's going to happen. And
They like to basically talk about everything in one
you
go.
add-
Right.
Oh.
Of course, all the
There's one thing.
by the
Sorry,
way,
just there's
the
one
art
thing
of-
that I always find about these flat earthers is they no, I've forgotten what I was on about. Oh yeah, it's the last vestige of the lost. A lot of these people are lost. They don't know where. Well, they can't use maps properly for starters. But
Don't bring that horniness in here.
what's going on
was
there?
won
What's
by
Zach's.
small Peter Dinklage.
I don't get
think
it.
We're alone now, which ironically,
Yeah,
I was telling
from his
Fortune
stream
this, and he
Saturday.
says, "Young Crow." It was
Okay.
not Tiffany who wrote that song, and I said, "Well, who wrote it, Fortune?" He said it was back in the 50s, I believe.
will happen, like the digital currency and the endless shots.
Blah blah blah
and they're
blah.
just like sad.
Get to the flat Earth shit.
With all of these things that are up that predict stuff, they always take it down just before it happens.
Well, the other thing I forgot to mention is right now we are provably in the wealth stripping.
On the fence.
What the
But,
fuck? Oh,
You know, it's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. I mean, I left everything behind, all materialism.
Ugh.
Government certifies the distance you can
Here
see a
we go.
lighthouse. That is a fact. The reason it's a fact.
Sorry, I want to hear the fact.
And you go out to like here and say, oh, you're at the South Pole. How will you ever know where the hell you are? Not until somebody goes from Santiago across the South Pole and magically shows up over in New Zealand or in Australia.
Yeah, that's never happened either.
Never happened.
Wait, why would that need to happen?
why would it not happen? Like they're saying it's never going to happen. I'm like, no, that's not true. It could do, but also it doesn't need to, as you say. Like it's kind of.
Hold on.
Prices
That
are
was
lot
a
closer,
flight.
I'll let
a
him.
lot
I'm
easier.
going to let
South
him. I'm going to let him explain it from the
Flew
beginning.
over Antarctica, just like there's, I don't know, 10,000 flights over the North Pole every day. And the answer as to why they didn't do that was they didn't want to disturb the penguins.
What?
And that
No,
I
that's
found
not true, 'cause
so
there's no
insane
penguins
that
up
people
there.
believed it, but it's because they don't want to go against their authority. Because guys, it is a little
No,
scary
that's-
at first. Like if you guys
Hold on, right? So years ago, you couldn't go over the North Pole because you used to use compasses, right?
Uh-huh.
So going over the North Pole meant your compass would fuck right up. Nowadays,
Right.
we use GPS, so everything's done with time. So you can literally fly from London up to Helsinki and go, or further up, and go across the North Pole to Japan. Which does happen, by the way. So he's kind of massively off on that. Besides which, there's a hole there that lets you go and hang out with blonde people.
With the Asgardian aliens?
I can't remember. Like there was a whole conspiracy theory about there being a hole in the North Pole.
Yeah,
Who was it?
the
Was it
Hollow Earth
Admiral
theory.
Byrd?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Bird, I believe, is the one that they try to say he said that there's land beyond Antarctica, ice wall, some bullshit, but like they twisted
Yeah,
shit.
that's it. Yeah,
guys are
I
on
don't
this
buy that
journey,
one
like,
either.
when you
But
start
No, of course
being
not.
an authority in your own life and you're like, well, I get to figure out what I believe is true. It's overwhelming.
That's not how truth works.
No.
You don't get well, I get to figure out what I believe is to be that is some L. Ron Hubbard like level shit, right? Because
He was a legend.
oh, of course. He was like, if it's true for you, then it's true. And if it's not true for you, then it's not true.
Yeah. Oh man. Plus, he was really high while writing a lot.
Oh, that's all. Yeah, dude, he would take a shitload of speed and he would use butcher paper and put it into his typewriter and go, you know what I mean? Because he got paid
Yeah.
per word.
Yeah, he was a legend for that. He was incredible.
Oh, yeah, I had to miss Over the Top on Monday. I am going to make it on one of those shows eventually.
Filming it first, but it gets very cool, and it's you live a healthier life, in my opinion.
You do not. No. If you like, you know what? I'm gonna find out what I believe is to be true. Let's see what Flat Earth Dave has to say.
This image here on a globe, Australia and Santiago are actually closer together than they are on this flattened map. And so
No,
they
they're not.
flew across that same latitude. That would be the shortest trip. But instead, they go
it's
all
really
the way
far.
up
If I remember correctly, it's actually nearer to go from like Perth to London than it is like wherever he's saying Santiago to what would be on the other side, Sydney, don't know, Melbourne,
Maybe
somewhere.
Brisbane.
It's really bad. I'm British, so effectively, like I, have an affinity. I'm supposed to have an affinity for Australia, but I seem to know a little bit more of US geography than anywhere else. That's kind of bad. Oh,
well, America is the center of the world as far as conversation.
Americans are concerned. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't name a single politician in England, in Britain.
I can't for different reasons.
all the way down. And if they want to go to Western Australia, they go all the way up, all the way over to China, right?
China.
But if you look at that on a flat Earth, it's literally a straight line.
Yeah.
Right. But now there are some flights.
Okay, that is not a straight line. By the way, on your flat Earth, as you can see his line showing that it's not a straight line.
It's wonky as fuck.
Keir Starmer?
Do you think?
I don't know who it is.
Yeah, me either. I don't know.
Also, so apparently Owen got kind of cultish. It happens, man. We all have that.
Did he actually?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm honestly, I'm so surprised. I thought he would have still been a regular after watching this on Crowder.
That are flying out here, and they're catching those tailwinds, and they're flying at faster speeds. So again, until you can verify where you are and how fast you're going, that's no place to look up into the sky where you can't.
Hold on.
Speed equals distance over time.
You absolutely can verify where you are and how fast you're going.
Yeah, it's quite easy.
I don't understand why. Hey, Brahma. Who the fuck is Starmer?
I don't know.
Kier? Kierkegaard?
To prove the shape of the Earth. And another thing, someone mentioned it earlier in chat.
I doubt
Jay
it.
Widener's been talking shit, saying he's challenging.
Yeah, as if anyone was in the chat.
I've also accepted him, and he goes, "Not until you can prove." You say that nobody lives at the South Pole. It's not what I say. There are people that believe they're working at the South Pole, but if you just go,
hold on.
What did he just say that?
Yeah, he said no. I didn't say that there's not people that live at the South Pole. I said that there's people who believe that they're at the South Pole. What?
Oh, that's amazing. So what? They're just hanging out in Canada, cold up there, or Norway?
Oh, he's the Prime Minister of Great. How did you not know this?
What?
That Keir Starmer is the Prime Minister of Great Britain.
I don't live in England.
That's true.
Yeah.
But like you're in Europe.
Yeah, but Europe and Britain are two different things.
But one's inside of the other.
Sort of.
I'm pretty sure it is. Absolutely.
Not really. Like one's a continent, and then a series of, well, a country that's made out of a continent or something like that. And the other one is a small island that happens to be far more powerful and interesting than the rest of that continent. So it's not easy to
Who
say
got
that you're one
divorced?
inside the other. What's her
Oh,
name? The woman. What's that woman called again?
oh, wait. Are we talking about the dude? I thought that was the French guy that got smacked by his wife, who may be a man.
Macron.
Yeah, yeah.
President Macron. That was funny. That tickled me. I
It
can't
was
actually
pretty
talk
funny.
about anything else to do with it though.
True.
Fucking Europe.
On the flat
We can go back to flat Earth. I don't want to get you in trouble
Earth map, like
with the
you
man.
go out to like here and say, "Oh, you're at the South
Anna
Pole."
Faris.
How will you ever know where the hell you are? Not until somebody goes from Santiago.
That's what I
across
reckon.
the
They're
South
saying that Anna
Pole
Faris got
and
divorced,
magically
so
shows
she can
up
come
over-
on. That's cool.
Oh, did she get a divorce again?
I don't know. But how funny would it be if it was like, oh yeah, I got a new husband. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah.
3 years
Fucked.
later.
Again. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Anna
if
Faris. I'm
that's
on
true,
Madden
she's
Barber in the morning at noon.
that would be so good. Can you
You
imagine?
know, she would say it's sad. Like, this is where my career has ended up.
in New
Yeah,
Zealand
and
or
I'd
in
be like,
Australia.
haha.
So glad you could join us.
That's never happened either.
Never happened.
So
This is
there's a few things that can get laid down. See, when I first put out the video, Flat Earth erupted, and then everyone's emailing me, is it true, Crow? I don't freaking know. I shot a lunar wave. How the hell can I know? And everyone's asking. So what I finally did is I worked out methods that I could prove it to myself. First thing I did is I took a hella long.
Hold on, I need to
throw
address
lens.
something. I've just read something very silly. So, like, I just read someone saying that England divorced the UK. That's very, very wrong. What happened is the UK divorced Europe, right, and left and became its own country again. They kind of got that really backwards. Anyway, back to the show.
And my camera out, and I shot over 10 miles on a lake and instantly discovered within a
Here
second
the fuck we
that I
go.
could see too far, knowing that the curvature was wrong. Then I began to seriously look into it. Now I'm going to tell you two things. The first is the work of Samuel Robotham, who took 25 lighthouses. And the thing, I grew up on
Samuel
the Rock
Robotham is the
Lighthouse
Hobbit that
and
invented
tall, and do
Rohypnol.
it for about
Or
5
Rufinol
minutes
or
and
something.
stop.
Wait, I'm sorry. Rufinol was invented by hobbits? That makes sense.
Yeah, this is exactly what's just been said.
Go inside, live your life for an hour or two, then sit down, clear your mind, have a cup of tea, go outside, close your eyes, and imagine you are stationary and solid as a foundational rock. And if you have done what I did, your life will change from that moment. Will be the first time in your life you have ever made a decision about life from a stationary position.
What?
What? So
Hold
I'm
on.
not the only one that was lost on that. That didn't make any sense.
Hang on.
Response, because it's all he could come up with. And he said, Robotham clearly cherry-picked the lighthouses. You have been told the truth in that statement, because if there is one damn lighthouse that you can see too far, the curvature model doesn't work. He found 25. But if you want to claim back the God-given abilities that you were granted by the Creator, clear your mind, shut your eyes, have a cup of tea, go outside, close
Wait.
your.
Okay, if you want to
tea.
reclaim the God-given, hold on.
Sends a guy to debunk Robotham, and he
Hold on.
honestly goes in thinking Robotham's a crank, and he thinks he did his math
Here we
wrong.
go.
The first thing he discovers, and he announces there's absolutely nothing wrong with the math. The second thing is a response, because it's all he could come up with, and he said Robotham clearly cherry-picked the lighthouses. You have been told the truth in that statement, because if there is one damn lighthouse that you can see too far, the curvature model doesn't
Blah,
work.
blah, blah.
He found 25. But if you want to claim back the God-given abilities that you were granted by the Creator, clear your mind, shut your eyes, have a cup of tea, go outside, close your eyes and imagine everything you've been told about the globe is true. You're spinning on a globe that's spinning around the sun, that's spinning around a guy. Imagine it all and do it for about 5 minutes, then stop. Go inside, live your life for an hour or two, then sit down, clear your mind, have a cup of tea, go outside, close your eyes, and imagine you are stationary and
Shut the fuck up, bro. So what he's saying is, here's how you're gonna know, right? Go outside, close your eyes, and think about it being spinning. You don't feel it spinning, do you? Now, close your eyes and imagine that it's stationary. Feels stationary, doesn't it?
So gravity doesn't exist. That's the next thing.
So
wow, I mean, and why is he saying drink tea? Like, what a fucking weirdo!
yeah,
It's disgusting.
Yeah. Come on, man. But that is, I don't understand.
Honestly, that's the most backward
dumbest
logic I've ever heard.
I think what a lot of the problem is they don't understand the scale of how large our planet is. How, cause it's almost beyond your. It's almost beyond imagination.
It's way bigger than your town.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the thing. There was a little while back that some guy did a YouTube video, and it was like, "Here's the Earth, or the Moon, or something. Then there's the Sun, and then like a bigger sun, and so on and so forth, right?" And loads of people were going, "I can't believe how big everything is." I'm like, "Okay, you're a bit dumb, but that's fine. At least you've understood that, like, something in terms of scale." So really, maybe these guys should look at something along those lines, but it starts off with a car, maybe a NASCAR, and then it works its way up to like a city, and then maybe an island, and so on and so forth. Because you are right, I don't think they understand scaling. I don't think they understand gravity, really. Just as a rough guess.
Yeah, they don't.
No.
Gravity is another thing that they always have a problem with.
Solid as a foundational rock. And if you have done what I did, your life will change from that moment. Will be the first time in your life you have ever made a decision about life from a stationary position, because you've been on the spin cycle.
When you do that,
do you know what? I just had a flashback, right? I sometimes, not very often, because if I'm not in it, I don't watch it. But sometimes I look at YouTube, right?
Yeah, same here.
And and I remember it used to have that autoplay function. So if you watch something, it'd be like, you're clearly mental. Here's something else. And I remember, like, I think it was this guy, this Crow, badly spelt Crow 777, and he had this Crow. He had this woman who filmed a rocket going up right around Cape Canaveral or something. I assume it was Cape Canaveral because it was like, it's going over the water. It was like something she kept mentioning. It's like, it's not going anywhere. It's like, well, yeah, no, it travels at a 45-degree angle at an incredible rate, and eventually it ends up like in space. But they just couldn't comprehend it. And he's like, yeah, see, this is why this woman gets it. And it's like, okay, a 10-second video of a light going over, okay, an expensive candle, shall we say, but nonetheless, her going, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't really prove that it doesn't go in space like it did.
I've heard that as well, when they talk about like the space, the rockets or whatever don't actually go straight up out into the into space. It does like a
incredible,
like an angle, and it never leaves the firmament because it can't leave the firmament.
Incredible, absolutely incredible.
Spiraling.
Yes.
And you literally feel nauseous. Then clear your head, go out, and imagine yourself on a solid foundation, not moving. As soon as you do that, your spirit, something inside of you, lifts up. You get this light feeling. You get this.
That did not happen.
No, absolutely not. I just did a yawn.
It's not a secret mantra to connect yourself to God. God's not like, aha.
Mantra to connect yourself to the flat Earth.
Aha! Now you know the truth, my son. You know what I mean?
Have you ever? I do, yeah. Have you ever seen Sassy the Sasquatch?
Of course not.
Okay, it's actually quite a good cartoon, right? There's a bit on it where I mean, massive spoiler alert because that's kind of how I work. But he finds like a multiverse of different universes, and he finds one that's got a flat Earth, and he's like, "Oh no way!" So he goes there, and there's a guy like fishing, and he goes, "Oh mate, do you think do you think the Earth's like flat or round?" And he's like, "Fuck off, mate. Of course it's flat. I love my big flat Earth and all the rest of it." And it's like, "Oh, that's really disappointing. Like on my universe, my Earth, it's round, but everyone thinks it's flat." And that's all I can think about whenever I see people like this.
That is interesting because if you take the multiverse theory or whatever, right? Like each universe is like on a plane. I'm sorry, on a
bubble, yeah,
a brain, BRANE, right? One of them, because infinite possibilities, so everything is a reality in some other universe. Then there would be a universe where the Earth is flat.
Yeah, and these people right now would be talking about how it's round.
Oh, they would, wouldn't they?
Yeah. They'd be like, "Oh, stupid flat
I
Earth
don't know
is
how that
just
would
so
even.
round."
Oh, one of my favorite is how can the water? I'm done with these guys. We'll get bullshit. One of my favorite is when they talk about how the water, it has to have some type of container. It can't just be on like if you get a tennis ball wet, the water will come off the tennis ball, as if that's why the Earth can't be round, because there's nothing to hold the water in.
Don't fuck off, you're joking.
No, I'm not
It's a
joking.
water bottle. Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah, no, they think that it's impossible for it to be round because the water wouldn't stick.
You know what? It actually means that it's impossible that water exists.
What?
Yeah.
But no,
So that should be that's got to be their new thing. That water doesn't exist. It's got to be from now on like something even more mental. I everyone out there, like you need to come up with a brand new. I've got hiccups. Stupid conspiracy theory that revolves around water not existing, and you can't say that I invented it, but obviously I did, right? So that's the new thing.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So I'm thinking to end the show. Oh, it didn't work, huh? I was trying
really
to bring
enjoyed the film.
Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. All right. So I'm going to talk about this for the first time that I've ever talked about it on any stream.
Okay.
So years ago, when Barber and I first started doing this whole thing, there was a guy, great guy, real cool dude, great artist, and without asking him, he did it. He did it. He did a drawing of me.
Oh, so good.
And I am someone, I don't like confrontation. Like if I get a bad haircut, I will still tip the same, like, "Oh no, it's great," and just go to another place to have it fixed. Right? I don't. So when I saw it, I went to Barber. I'm like, "Mate, I need you to tell him that he made me look like I have Down syndrome, and
yeah,
and to fix it, fix it, please, because I don't want to. You know what I mean? I don't want to hurt his feelings or whatever. Because he did it, because he was a fan, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I don't want to break. You know what I mean? And so I sent Barber to go say, hey, could you touch it up? And Barber, what did you tell him?
So I got hold of him and I said, "Hey, dude, you know that painting you did?" And he was like, "Yeah, for Mad, yeah." And he goes, "He fucking loves it." He went, "You what? Are you sure? Because it's just something off in it." And I was like, "No, literally nothing, not at all. It's absolutely encapsulated his spirit. He loves it." He goes, "Are you sure? Because I could just do a whole different one because there's just something slightly wrong." I was like, "There's not."
Here's
look at it.
Here's what was drawn. Again, great guy.
So good.
I don't know why Barber did me dirty like that. Makes sense though. It is him.
This is funny, isn't it?
It's
funny.
Yeah. And so I got stuck for quite some time using this as my
Yeah.
avatar.
The thing is,
It-
do you remember the Miami connection one?
yes, that one's really good.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? So I said to him, "Can you make sure it's good, right, and right?" But I nearly said to him, "Can you make sure that it's got that face on it again?"
Fuck off.
Yeah, but not on your bit, like just sort of randomly in the background. It'd have been so good.
Like even my arm looks like it's coming from my belly button.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's incredible. It's just the best. It's the best. It's the best
It's
I've ever seen.
all right. Well, and that's it. If you missed it, you missed it. This is the only time I'm ever going to talk about it.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's not, though, is it? Oh, honestly, that has been one of the, I reckon, top 5 things that that I've done for the funniest possible outcome, but also one of the top 5 things that we've ever actually done.
What? Wait, that we? No, you did that.
Yeah, kind of.
Don't be like, oh, it's one of the best things we did. No. It was you. It was all you.
Yeah, it was so funny though. To be fair, and I don't know
Can't
if
even
people
be mad
realize
at it,
this.
man.
No, I mean the truth is, I just love the funniest possible outcome, and I think that more people would agree, and want the funniest possible outcome. The happier they get,
It's just
and that's kind of the thing, you know.
it was perfect. Yeah. I
Yeah.
couldn't even be mad at what you did because of course.
You know what's even funnier was when, like, because you got yours about 2 or 3 weeks before I got mine, which is actually on display right now. And then as soon as
Yeah,
I
and
showed
it's
mine, you
fucking
were like,
awesome.
"Motherfucker!" Yes. Yeah, I know. He did a really good job on that. There's no getting around it. There's everything on there that I like. You know, there's oversized cutthroat razors. There's like a barber pole. There's me, obviously. Blonde ladies, UFOs, like the whole works. He literally couldn't
Yep.
have. He just hit it out the park.
Yeah, he did. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And it wasn't just us two. He did those drawings for a lot of different people, and every single
Yeah.
one of them was fucking awesome.
Oh,
They
actually,
were
no, that's not
great.
true.
Please tell me who.
Yeah, there was one that wasn't. There was one that had to get it redone. I can't even. I can't even.
Tell
I have
me.
to tell you. I have to tell you after the thing because A, I can't remember the name, but also B, I've been sworn to not making that one public. But actually, yeah, honestly, there was another who had to have another one.
Hey, Lindsay, long time. So
Was that
here's
Lindsay
one that he did.
Lohan?
No, here's one that he did for when we watched Miami Connection, and it's awesome.
There's Kip. Oh, I always forget that Kip's down there with a wig on.
No, that's Culture on the on the right. Yeah, that is Kip with the wig.
Yeah, yeah. And that's me at the top there, top right, look.
Yes, with the guitar.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yep. Oh wait, you thought? Oh, that's funny. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
that's
good
gonna
times.
do it for us. That's our hour. Thanks for hanging out with Matt and Barber in the morning at noon.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good times.
Yeah, I definitely want to get more into flat Earth because like they're so dumb.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of time. We can do stuff like that. Have you got anything to advertise?
No, you.
Nice. I mean, no. I doubt I'll do anything on my own channel anytime soon, unless AI makes it for me, because I'm incredibly lazy when it comes to stuff like that. And that's probably it. Might go out for a beer later. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks everybody for being here. Matt ignored his small hands.
I don't get it.
My hands aren't small, but okay.
Don't worry about it. Thanks very much for coming.
Yep. Stay Gucci, my ninjas. What, you don't like that?
I just can't remember what I used to say, and then I sort of did, and it was. I just remember it being quite aggressive.
Oh, remember we used to do the ching kong ching chow chow.
Yeah, we can't do that anymore.
What?
Machiavelli production.
Listen now, Mr. Kansas Law Dog. Law don't go around here. Savvy? Yeah. Yeah, that's real good, Law Dog, because law just don't go around here.
They keep on calling me, want me to put it down. Oh, baby, run to me, don't go from smile to frown. Hey, law dog, law don't go around here. And I say, hey, law doggy, law don't go around here. You're no daisy at all. And I say, hey, law doggy, law don't go around here. You're no daisy at all.
I want you to know it's over. Well, bye.
So it's still going. It's weird.
What? Is
I
it
don't
still
know.
running?
Is it what it says up in the
Oh, you're
top that it is?
joking.
I think it like maybe stuck. Hold on.
We need like an engineer.
Oh, it does look like it's still going. I accidentally X'd out of
Wow.
the whole thing. Let's see. I guess I
Oh,
gotta end
really?
it. Yeah, hold on.
Uh,
End now.
okay.